Hi and welcome to this tutorial. In this video we'll be having a look at how you can make your menu more functional and informative while using MegaMenus. So in this video I'm going to be showing you how you can create a similar mega menu with the showcase of products, your posts, like you can put your posts in the section of a mega menu, and a sort of a contacts page all fit in the mega menu. So here I've got a contact form and a map, which is totally functional as a regular map that you put anywhere on the page. So we'll be doing it with the help of Elementor page builder, which is awesome because you can customize the layout of everything you've got here in your mega menu item with the help of Elementor, using all of the tools that you are used to. So what are the tools besides Elementor we're gonna need is the plugin that is called JetMenu, and you can get it if you follow the link in the description under this video. So what this plugin does is allows you to create a lot of different kinds of mega menus and put pretty much anything possible, anything that you can imagine in your mega menu item. It could be horizontal menus and also vertical menus, like this one. So there are the complex drop-down menus, quite sophisticated and complex multimedia mega menu, like you can add a gallery in there. So as I've said, you can add pretty much that you need and that you want to your mega menu with the help of this plugin, and it's really easy because it allows you to work inside of Elementor editor. And another plugin we will need to add all of those beautiful things that you saw in the example is the Jet Elements plugin for Elementor. This is the add-on that adds around 50 brand new widgets to Elementor page builder, and allows you to create things that were not possible inside Elementor before. And I highly recommend you to check out this plugin, and you can also find the link to this plugin in the description under this video. And the beautiful skin is a part of Monster 2 Elementor WordPress theme that has over 1,000 of pre-made, totally reusable sections and hundreds of pages. All of those are pre-made, beautifully designed and fully functional right from the get-go. So if you want to know more about the Monster 2 WordPress theme, check it out in the description. So let's get back to our shop, and I'm going to show you how these 3 sections of the mega menu can be done in this one video. As you've seen here, you can also add icons to your menu items, and you can also add badges. In my example, you can see that I've added an icon to only one of them, and to others, for example to collection, you could add a badge saying like the hottest products or new or trending, etc. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the WordPress dashboard and start working on creating our mega menu items. So there we go. Here we are in the appearance menus. This is where you go to get to this menu, where you're going to work with existing menus on your theme, or where you're going to create a new one. So as you know, here select the menu that you want to add it. Here in the brackets, you know the location of this menu, if this menu is attached to a certain location. So you see it's going to be in brackets. In my case, the menu called main, here it goes, is attached to the main location, which means they're at the top of the page. So what we've got here I've got some links already, and here in this one we've got the mega menu with the products. And let me just quickly open this up and delete the blog. We're going to create it from scratch. And also we've got contacts, and I'm going to remove it as well. So let's imagine that we're starting from scratch. So we're going to create the blog page and the contacts page from scratch, and then we're going to get to collection and see how it was done. So first you go to pages, you create the blog, and you click add to menu. So here we can move it wherever we want. Now what I need to do is to enable JetMenu for current location. If you later create any presets, you can choose from the existing presets right here. But what we're gonna do is to check if everything here is okay. Here we can change the navigation label. But I'm gonna click straight at JetMenu icon. And here, this is where you should click to get to Elementor editor and start working with the layout of the MegaMenu item itself. But first, let's go to settings and see what we can do there. So this choice is going to determine how this MegaMenu item is going to open in your menu. If it's going to open right in the middle of your menu, like relative to the entire menu, or relative to the menu item, I'll leave it as default. And here you can choose the custom width for your MegaMenu item. So if you want to make it wider or more narrow, just set it in here. If you don't touch this slider, it just sets it to default. It stretches the item according to the size of the content. So here's where you choose the icon. So there it goes, and you select the icon color. Alright, now there go badges. The process is pretty much the same. Here you type in like the name of the badge, and once you type in, it's automatically created. If you don't select the color of the background color, there simply will appear some text. But there's like the color for the text and the background. And if you delete the text, nothing is going to appear in the place of the badge. For the blog menu item, I'm not going to choose any badges. Let's go to miscellaneous and see what's there. So here, if you for some reason want to hide the item navigation label, you turn this option on, and the custom padding for this menu item can be set in these cells. And if you're working with the vertical menu, you might need this option, but we're not going to have a look at that because we're working with the regular horizontal menu. And here in the content tab, you enable this option and click Edit MegaMenu Item Content. Now it opens in the Elementor editor window where you can start crafting the layout of your MegaMenu item. What I'm going to do here is to search for posts. So now this is where we're going to need JetElements plugin if you have it installed. So you're going to see this widget right here. So you can drop it right there and you can start creating your layout, but I'm going to go the easier way. Since I'm using Monster 2 WordPress theme, I've got the magic button, which gives me access to thousands of already pre-made sections that I can select. Not only sections, but also pages. But in this case, I only need a section that would showcase the post for my MegaMenu item. So I go to sections, and on my left-hand navigation menu, I select blog, and it's going to give me a choice of different layouts for the blog. So I could choose any of those and put them on my page. So what you do here is you pick one of the layouts that you like and you click insert. If you want to preview it, you simply click on the icon and it gives you the preview, and then you click insert in here. And so there you go. But in case you don't have Monster 2 WordPress theme that goes with all of these beautifully pre-made pages and sections, but say you have downloaded JetElements plugin, or you have downloaded a theme that has JetElements plugin, you can go to templates here in the Elementor and go to blogs. And here in the category drop down, you can see the pre-made elements that go inside the JetElements plugin. So there you see the pre-made designs for each particular widget. And what we're going to find is post grid. There it goes. And I think that this layout would look okay. So we simply click insert and it also inserts it on our page. So now it displays nothing because here in the query post by it's selected from category, but no category is set. So because apparently I don't have any categories for my posts. So we simply select latest post, and it's going to show us all the latest posts that we have in our theme and the post offset. Okay, there we go. Now what you might want to change is the style of this blog, so it more correlates with the general style of your website. Give me a minute and I'll get back to you with a little bit redesigned post blog. So there we go. What I did is just changed the fonts here in the titles and in all of the texts that are featured in this blog, and also changed some accent colors. Now, the important thing that you need to do is to make sure that the section that contains your content that you want to put in a MegaMenu item, that this entire section has got some background. Because if you don't set any background here in the style, background, color, white, if you don't set any background here, that's gonna be transparent. So everything that you put in here is gonna be on the transparent background. And usually this is not what you want for your MegaMenu. So there we go. We have added everything we want to see here. Maybe there could be a title actually. So let's put a heading. Like that looks okay to me. So it's time to update. And here you should not forget to click update. Then wait until it's done updating. Then click on this arrow to get back. Here you have to click save. Wait until the little tick appears in there. Then close this window. And then click Save Menu. Right? And then you see that your menu has been updated. Now we can get back to the page where I refresh because I have deleted these two MegaMenu items. And now let's see the newly created blog MegaMenu item. Now it's going to contain the text. Latest posts. You see that now contacts is gone, and here in the blog MegaMenu item, what we see is the title and the post that we have put in there. There's a little bit too much of the padding at the top and at the bottom, so if you wish you can go ahead and remove it, but for the example purposes, it's working perfectly. Now you know how you can put your posts in the MegaMenu item using JetMenu plugin and JetElements plugin for Elementor, and while working in the Elementor editor with all of the tools that you are comfortable working with. Now that was it for the post. So this is how you can showcase the latest posts on your website, on your MegaMenu. The next step is to create contacts page and add the contact form and the map right in the MegaMenu item so the user can access it while hovering over the item in your menu. So here let's create a new page. Contact, click Add to Menu. You could use custom links, categories, WooCommerce endpoints, whatever you need, but for my purpose in here, I'm going to use this page because it's the easiest one to create. Here, check if you want to change the label. I don't. And then we'll click on JetMenu button there, and it brings us again in here, all the same settings. Then we'll click Mega Submenu Enabled and edit MegaMenu item content. Let me just drop two section layouts. And now I'm going to search for Advanced Map module. There it is. I'm going to drop it in there. Here you set the center of a map. You simply type in, New York. And you see that it instantly finds the location that you have typed in. Now, here you set the level of the initial zoom. Like if you increase the slider, it gets closer and backwards. So the scroll will zoom, when you use the scroll wheel on your mouse to get closer, to zoom on a map. Now it is disabled. Zoom controls. So here you choose whether or not you want to show these controls, like that you usually have for a Google map. They're just the settings for a map. You see a lot of them, so you can really, really customize your map and add all of the settings and features that you want it to have, so it's the most comfortable and enjoyable experience for your visitors. Now the map style. Here you change the height of the map, but we're going to adjust it later depending on how much space our contact form is going to take. And now the map style. You've got a ton of styles in here, like, from the generic Google Maps style to some really interesting looking ones. And I'm gonna go with this one, like really minimalistic. And then the pins, if you want to add some pins. Look, there we go. You also type in the address, the description, and you can choose the custom icon. So there's even that possibility. We don't see any in here because they're set to London Eye, but let's try to set something so we can see it. Oh, there we go. And it says London Eye again. So in there you can simply choose the image from your library. Alright, there we go for the advanced map. And if we want to create the contact form, we again need to type in for the contact form 7 widget, and both of these, contact form 7 and advanced map, are the parts of JetElements plugin. So they go within this plugin. Without JetElements, you're not gonna have these widgets in your Elementor, but they're automatically added once you install and activate JetElements plugin. But, you could simply drop it in here and start with some generic design, like this one. But the other way to approach it could be go to magic button again. Since I'm using Monster 2, I have this option, and I have a choice of thousands of pre-made sections, so why not use that? Let's go to sections, and what we can do is to find the contact form, or contacts also. So here we see entire sections of the page with the map, the contact form, but okay, we have already created the map. So we only need the contact form now. So let's look for a suitable layout. So for my form, I picked this one. So it's got frequently asked questions created with the help of tabs, which is also a cool functionality that you can find in JetElements plugin. And this little nice looking contact form. So I don't have to design it from scratch. I can simply insert it on a page and, get going further. What I do is simply drag this widget here in the contact form itself, and I delete this pre-made section because I don't really need everything else. So now we can choose what contact form we want to use and really start customizing its look so it correlates with the entire design of our website a little more. What I also want to do is to add some space between the map itself and the contact form. And also like that. Now we can click on the map again. And in the map style, we can change the height. There we go. Now they're of the same height. And now in the section, what we need to do is to again set a background, because if we don't, it's going to appear in our menu on a fully transparent background, and we don't want that. So I have set a background, and now it's time to add some padding. So we have a little bit of white space. All right, we're done with that. Let's click update. So now don't forget, once you go back, click update, then click save here wait for the tick to appear, then close and click Save Menu again. There we go. We see the notification that menu has been updated. Now we go back to our homepage, refresh. And what we see here is that the contact link has appeared, and once we hover over it, we see the content that we have put in our MegaMenu item. Our map, which is totally working, and the contact form that we can fill in right here. Not even going to a separate page, but just hovering over the MegaMenu item. What is left for us to do is to have a look at how this item can be created. So now you know how this works. You go to JetMenu button, you click Edit Content, and in order to create such a product's layout, you need a JetWooBuilder plugin. But using this plugin is optional. If you're using Jet Elements, you also have access to WooCommerce recent products, WooCommerce featured products, top rated, and sale products right here in the Jet Elements plugin. So if you drop it right there, there is a pretty similar layout. Let's just try and delete this one. And products per page. Let it be 4. Let's delete this column as well. And let's say I want this widget to take up all of the space of my MegaMenu item. So there it goes. There you set the order. Simply just select the basic query for the items in your grid. And there you added the title. And also I'm going to drop this section into this one and make sure it has got a background. All right, there we go. Now it's time to update. Click Save. Then Save Menu. Then let's get back to our page, refresh the homepage, and see the updated collections MegaMenu item with the products grid. So hover over it. There we go. There you have your products right in your menu. So once the user hovers over it, they can see all the assortment that you want to put in there, all the products that you want to present them with. So this is an easy way to add some MegaMenu items on your website. To create a MegaMenu and put pretty much anything that you can imagine in your MegaMenu items, like product grids, like your latest blog posts, like even the contact form and the advanced map, and the list of the things that you can put in your MegaMenu items can really go on and on. And all that is possible with the help of JetMenu plugin and Jet Elements plugin for Elementor. You can get both of these plugins and Monster 2 WordPress theme if you follow the links that I have put in the description box down below. So that's it for this tutorial on how to create MegaMenu with the help of JetMenu plugin and Jet Elements plugin for Elementor. I hope this tutorial was useful. Thank you so much for watching.